Hello, I'm Director of Human Soul Acquisition and Vessel Recruitment at P.O.R.T.A.L Industries. Investors, do you believe in the multiverse? Due to the laws of quantum mechanics told by this guy, or whatever, turns out our world, not the only one. There's gajillions of them. One where you chose nails instead of cornflakes for breakfast. One where Earth is ruled by malevolent penguins in top hats. You name it, it's out there. And we're absorbing as much information from them as we can like a sponge on anabolic steroids. How? Through the top minds in dimensional technology. At P.O.R.T.A.L, we found a way to transport people from this dimension and toss them into another one, in another body. You ever seen that show with the puppets? Yeah, it's a lot like that. So what did we do about it? Well, we sent out a call to action to any and all individuals yearning for interdimensional exploration to come out to an undisclosed location and lend us their brain for a few hours to test our device in the field. And wow, did we get a response. A selection of highly trained and not at all civilian volunteers were among the first to interact with an alternate Earth. And the lab boys tell me that the test was a complete success, with zero technical difficulties and minimal rips to our space-time continuum. Our device successfully and seamlessly transported our test subjects' minds to another Earth. Which Earth, you may ask? Serene Earth 2319. An extremely reactive Earth where time moves at a rapid pace. Any actions done by our test subjects had massive and immediate consequences on the world around them, which made them confront their own place in the world and how the smallest actions can build up and contribute to larger repercussions. And through a mostly unintrusive hijacking of our participants' hippocampus, you too will be able to experience a glimpse into what this alternate Earth was like through their eyes, before the planet's tragic demise. Which probably wasn't our fault. Probably.
By viewing this footage, you are entering a non-negotiable agreement with P.O.R.T.A.L Industries. You agree of your own free will that you will not redistribute, record, remark, remember, recall, write down, or speak about the highly confidential footage that you are about to see. Or so help us, we will sue your pants off.
To take you through it, I got one of the lab boys right here. Take it away, Larry. Thank you, sir. Hi, I'm Larry, one of the head researchers present at the P.O.R.T.A.L test drive. During the test, the host vessel the participant's consciousness was placed into was an old lighthouse keeper and a denizen of Earth 2319, with all the participants' interactions confined to the objects within his lighthouse, such as levers, a radio, a computer, and a faucet. When interacted with, each of these caused some sort of change to the outside world, and each change built on top of one another and eventually led to the destruction of this Earth at the hands of the participant, which we hoped would elicit a newfound awareness in their everyday actions. Due to the interactions and the experience being relatively simple, we hope to facilitate our transformative aspects through sensory and narrative immersion, utilizing a constructed narrative to contextualize the user's actions. Though the participant could interact with objects as they saw fit, their agency was an illusion meant to maximize immersion. Our narrative was linear, and no matter what the player does, the outcome is always the same. In terms of feedback, test subjects responded quite positively to the narrative and atmosphere we created, as well as the visual changes and sound design within the alternate dimension. However, some interactions suffered from a lack of direction, which led to some test subjects becoming confused and needing live assistance from P.O.R.T.A.L staff. Further, at times our narrative overshadowed our original transformative concept, which led to a decrease in meaningful change within test subjects. When developing the P.O.R.T.A.L test drive, our project went through multiple revisions. At the beginning, we struggled with making enough interactions that connected to changes in the environment, which felt meaningful to execute while also remaining in an appropriate scope for the project, and ensuring that our narrative flowed throughout. Also, given the effects that movement has on some test subjects while using our device, we opted to not utilize locomotion within the experience and instead placed things within reach of the user, which minimized how much they needed to move and led to a decrease in motion sickness across the board, and allowed our project to be as accessible as possible. That being said, we destroyed a lot of alternate dimensions. There are trillions dead. Thank you for your valuable input, Larry. Wait, now I'm back not to the done. lab. I'm not done. Those dimensions aren't going to build themselves, and they ain't paying you to fraternize with the investors with your devilish good looks and charms. That's my job. So, like what you see? Yeah, you do. And all of this was done through the power of P.O.R.T.A.L technology. And through your generous contribution, you too can have a part in bettering our future. We take cash or check. No crypto. We aren't monsters. Invest today. That's the end of the script. I can go home now? Okay. All right. Goodbye.